Good morning. Senator John Cornyn of Texas once stated during a debate over a bill in Congress that, and I quote, "As a father of 2 daughters, if women are expected to play an equal role in today's society as men, the national service ought to be somewhere where they should have to register." Again, this debate was during a bill over whether females should be required to enlist in the selective service or not. Good morning again. My name is Aaron Lane, and today I will be going over why women should, in fact, be required to enlist in the selective service upon turning 18, just the same as adults. What I will be covering is the history and previous arguments over this topic. I'll be covering why we would, in fact, need the numbers should there be a draft, and finally, how this equates to equality as a whole. All my information for today was pulled from military.com, from upfrontscholastic.com, and wingspanonline.net. Go ahead, next slide. As I stated, this is a topic that has been previously discussed before. It's both been debated in Congress and also in the Supreme Court. One of the most recent debates over it was in 1981 in the Supreme Court case of Rosker versus Goldberg. Now, this case came to a final conclusion of 6-3, ruling that females should not be required to enlist in the selective service. Now, their reasoning behind this, and the most important reason why, is that at this time, females were not capable of conducting combat jobs in the military. Certain jobs such as infantrymen, artillerymen, females could not do at this time. Fast forward 2015, and Defense Secretary Ashton B. Carter stated that at that point in time, all females are capable of doing every job within the military as long as they can meet the current physical and mental requirements. This means everything from infantry to all the way up through Navy SEALs and DevGru, all those jobs females are now capable of doing. What this means is that the previous ruling is stating why females could not enlist in the selective service is now null and void. Next question, the answer is, do we even need these numbers? So let's go back to Vietnam, the last time that the draft was stated, and we had to pull people from our selective service. Now during Vietnam, we pulled 2,215,000 men to be drafted into the military. It's a good portion of people. Of those 2.2 million, 300,000 draftees were deserters, meaning they either didn't show up to their day that they were supposed to go to boot camp, or when they did, they eventually left. That's 300,000. That's 7% total of all draftees did not make it to war. Now, if we were to need another draft, you can bet that those numbers are going to repeat themselves, and we're going to have another 300,000 that don't show up. Now, females could be used to fill these voids, in addition to males that will also be pulled. Now, if numbers alone aren't enough to persuade you, perhaps equality will. My final and probably the most important reason for women needing to register for the selective service is equality. And I believe Congressman Jackie Speier of California, one of the largest supporters of equality on Capitol Hill today, said it best. And I quote, "Women must recognize that with equal rights comes equal responsibilities." Now what this means, if you break it down, is that as we search forward towards equality, not only are we looking towards the good sides of equality, but also the bad. Having to enlist in the selective service is one of these downsides, but equality is equality. Currently, some of the downsides for men who do not register, men are required to register for the selective service within 30 days of turning 18 years old. If they do not, some of their consequences and some of the repercussions are not being able to obtain government jobs. They will not be eligible for government grants, and in some extreme cases, for immigrants, they will not be able to obtain citizenship. Now, if we want true equality in the United States, we need all these to apply to both males and females alike. In conclusion, everything I covered today, I covered why females should be required to enlist in the selective service upon turning 18. The reasoning I went over was the history behind it. I went over why we would need the numbers, and I would need that this is the final step in equality. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this. As Americans in the past decade or so, we have made huge steps towards equality. Let's not let it stop here. Thank you.
Maybe someone cover that up.